Thank you, Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is the perfect spokesperson for this Palestinian, well, actually, this Israeli Hamas Palestinian issue. I mean, he pretty much has an important statement for Israel. Stop the bombing. And let's really get serious about humanity and the humane handling of this situation. I want you to listen to Bernie, and then let's take it on the other side.
You've been critical of Israel's response recently. How do you think Israel should be responding?
Well, this is what you got. It's, I think, clear to most people. What Hamas did, and Hamas is an awful terrorist organization, is they slaughtered 1,400 people in cold blood. Israel has a right to defend itself. But what Israel does not, in my view, have a right to do is to kill thousands and thousands of innocent men, women, and children who had nothing to do with that attack. So the immediate concern, Donna, to my mind, is we have got to stop the bombing now. You had over 600,000 people pushed out of their homes. Where are they going? They're staying in United Nations facilities, overcrowded. There's not enough water. There's not enough food. There's not enough medicine, not enough fuel. You got a humanitarian disaster. It has to be dealt with right now.
What you're saying about the lack of food and water and so forth, I think that most people in the West, certainly the U.S., believes that that is because Hamas is hoarding it. And the other question is, how does Israel destroy Hamas?
It's not just that Hamas is hoarding it. They are. It's more than that. That's what Israelis' policy has been.
Okay.
So it's a combination of factors.
How should Israel destroy Hamas post-attack on these innocent civilians in Israel without hurting, killing innocent men, women, and children when Hamas is hiding behind them and putting them in danger? How does that work?
That is exactly the right question to be asked the military experts, of which I am not one. But clearly, Israel has a right to defend itself. Hamas has sworn that's what its goal is to destroy Israel. They got to deal with that. But there got to be a better way than killing thousands of men, women, and children. So once again, the immediate concern is you got to have a pause in the bombing. You got to take care of the immediate disaster. Israel's got to change its strategy. Let me just say this. The United States of America provides $3.8 billion every year to Israel. We have a right. Israel can do what they want. They're an independent country. But we have a right to say, sorry, you need a new military strategy. Go after Hamas. But that means do not kill innocent men, women, and children.
You mentioned money. There is going to be a measure before you relatively soon for the House passed more than $14 billion. And there is going to be at least some version of that in the Senate. Will you support that? Or will you put conditions on it?
Well, we'll see what the bill looks like. But I think it's terribly important that as we debate that to say to Israel, you want this money, you got to change your military strategy. The other point is we have to give hope to the Palestinian people. They were living before October 7th in a disastrous situation in Gaza, 75% youth unemployment, massive poverty. And right now in Israel, you're having the Netanyahu government, an extreme right-wing government with racists aboard, trying to make it impossible for a two-state solution in the West Bank. They're killing settlers there. So what we need is the world to come together to give hope to the Palestinians. We need a two-state solution, and we need to have many of the very wealthy countries in the region, the United Arab Republic, Saudi Arabia, Qatar. They are extraordinarily wealthy.
Yes,
work with the United States, work with the community in order to provide some hope and decency and freedom to the Palestinian people, which Hamas will never do.
Bernie nails it. He nails the Netanyahu government for what they are, a right-wing racist government that really is harming its people. Yes, Hamas is to blame for the 1,400 Israelis that got killed, but that is under the tutelage of El Señor Benjamin Netanyahu. Absent Benjamin Netanyahu, absent the right wing in Israel, the likelihood of Hamas building the oomph to do what they did, the 1,400 kill, that would not have occurred. So yes, Hamas perpetrated the terrorist act. And what we have is a Netanyahu who inched it on, first of all, with his tacit support in the past of Hamas through third parties, but also with his hard line stance in public. He pretty much used Hamas to do something that he couldn't do absent that very horrendous terrorist act. And if you listen to what's occurring behind the scenes, you understand exactly what Netanyahu and the IDF is doing right now, using this particular situation to do something really, really bad. And you know who sees it very well? El Señor Senator Bernie Sanders. And that's why you hear him constantly sticking to the two-state solution and bringing up that you're going to give the Palestinians hope with a two-state solution. Because absent that, we know what Netanyahu is trying right now. We know Netanyahu wants to destroy Gaza in such a manner to make it inhabitable completely. And that way, throw the people out to the Sinai. Look, it's in writing. There are documents that have been found that shows that is what they want. You take a listen to what many of these right-wingers, we've seen their videos all over the internet, where they come out and they say, this is it. This is what they really want to do. Get rid of the Palestinians in Gaza. Of course, they mean the West Bank as well, but that's what they want to do now, and they're using this to do that. I mean, I wish the Israelis, as we did when Trump was in power here, I wish the Israelis would take their government back, take it away from the Netanyahus, take it away from the right-wing racists inside of Israel, and let's go ahead and get done what needs to be done. Let's protect the Israeli citizens. Let's protect the Palestinian citizens. Let's get out of this stage of annihilation that we have on the part of the IDF.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.